Let's start this game. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to CSI Crime Scene Investigation 3 Dimensions of Murder. We're starting the the fourth case right now. It's called Rough Cut. I've already played with Warwick, with I think with Sarah. And who did we play? Did we also play with Nick already? I have no idea who we'll be playing with now, so let's load this game. For some reason my Twitch doesn't want to work with me. I'm having issues with the app ever since the last update, and I need the app or the website version, as I cannot see the chat otherwise. I don't have the luxury yet, maybe, of having two screens. Ah, now it's loading. Yes, it's working now. Good morning, Geek. Sorry, it took me a while to get the chat working, but as I said, my Twitch app doesn't want to load when I'm streaming, so I need to use the website. And it was being wonky. I'm in. Haha, me too. And hopefully some other people will join. I just heard a message notification. Ah. Okie dokie, let's get this party started. Case number 4 has not been opened, so we're gonna start a very new case. I've never played this before. I'm all new to this. Let's see if we can solve this case. I got something to drink.
Ready for some fresh air? We may have a body waiting for us in the desert. The caller was anonymous, but the directions were specific. GPS coordinates, no less. Since it's a remote crime scene, take the mobile analysis unit. It'll help you analyze the evidence quickly in the field. And you'll be working with Greg Sanders. Before you showed up, he was the new kid on the CSI block. His years of experience in the DNA lab have proven very useful in the field. Good luck.
Ooh, I get to play with Greg. Should be fun. Okay, let's leave Grissom. Click on the crime scene and we're going to the desert campsite. Millie, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining. Jason is also here. You know him? I'm sure of that. I've seen you guys chat on Twitter. Haha, haha, stalk, stalk, stalk. Haha. Sorry.
Okay, even though this guy looks like he's been dead a while, there still may be some valuable information around. Whoa, somebody beat us to this guy.
That's gross. I wish these videos would play more smoothly. I'm saying it
This
every
isn't
time
exactly
we
a
have a
National
video.
Forest Service campsite. This spot's used by college kids who like partying in the great outdoors. Nobody checks your ID for a beer. I know this isn't your first time out, but Grissom will have my hide if we don't follow strict procedure. Which means, document the body first.
Okie dokie. So we got a crime scene. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm still very happy that for this game they used the original TV actors to do all the voice bits, because sometimes you play a game that's based on something and they don't add a new character so they can add a new voice. No, they add a character from that show or from that movie and they have someone else do the voice. And it's just like, nope. Okay, let's go to the body first. Let's go to the body first.
Vic's face up on a sleeping bag. No sign he's been moved or of a struggle. Could this be death by natural causes?
I see something next to his shoe. Oh, first picture. Okay, looky, click. We got a picture. Oh, we need to go. Oh, there's something right here. No, I didn't want that. I wanted this one.
Somehow I have a feeling this isn't a natural feature of this area.
Don't see anything on this.
Slightly mummified with black discoloration. Strange.
No picture of this. There is a different sign, but it's not turning green. So nothing there. Let's take a picture of them.
Well, something left a mark.
Yep. But what? Hey! Why does my screen go off? Let's see if my screen keeps on. Sorry. Yes. Ugh! Gross. Can I get them with those?
Blowfly larva.
Yum
If you were
yum.
wondering what it takes to make Grissom smile, this is it. Third stage of development. This means the body's been decomposing 5 days.
Anything else? No? Nothing in the pockets. Oh, this was what I saw when I first wanted to zoom in. Whoa, that's a very big zoom in. Okay. Let's see what to use. Collect smolts.
You'll want a different tool for that.
Are you sure? This then? Okie dokie. We got a footprint. Yuck, yes, it was very yuck, Millie. Okay, is there anything? I see a footprint here, but I guess it's not an important one. There's a tent. Oh, there's something there.
I haven't seen one of these in a while. An old school insulin bottle. Always nice to have a name written on a piece of evidence at a crime scene, huh?
Sorry, needed to hydrate. Can't do anything with this here, okay.
Way to be thorough. Looks like the area's clean.
Arre. Hey, Mace. Even F. My doggo wants attention. I still need money for a webcam. I need a doggy cam so you can all see Aaron when I'm gaming.
So we have a bruise on the forehead and a boot print in the tent. Maybe a fellow camper whacked the Vic upside the head, then rifled through his gear.
I'm thinking Arwen will make my games way better. Let's see, I have to get my settings changed for my tablet for a second because my screen keeps going off. because it doesn't see I'm watching a video for some reason. Oh, okay. I have to use my screen every 10 minutes and then it should be okay. Yep. Another footprint found. I've already checked that. I don't see anything else. There isn't anybody to talk with because it was golden. Okay. I think I found all I can find. We have the mobile analysis unit with us. So let's choose this one.
This is my first time using the mobile analysis unit in the field. Imagine a whole lab in your trunk. Where was this when I was a lab rat?
Okay. What did we find? We found a syringe. We found a cigarette butt. And we have, I think, the larva. And the shoes. Let's start with the chemical thingy. Work from right to left. The chemical, we can use a cigarette butt. I think that's on the items. Because it looks like there was something on the butt.
Lipstick for sure. But do you know how many flavors are out there? Let me tell you. Thousands. Old lab story.
Okay. We found this. Oh, the medicine bottle. Let's try this one as well. Let's see if it's really insulin.
Dried residue on the bottle checked out for insulin. No other chemicals present.
Okay, so it wasn't tampered with then. The syringe as well, to see what was in the syringe.
Insulin.
Evil Rob.
Maybe
Good
our
morning.
Vic was a
Jan's
diabetic.
literally just woken
I think
up.
we've
Need
gathered all the
coffee.
time-sensitive materials we need. We can head back to HQ anytime you want.
Good morning, Rob. Thank you for joining. I hope you can grab yourself a cup of coffee. My alarm was set at 8:15, so I was wide awake at 7:15, so I even got a half-hour bike ride in this morning. Haha. But thank you very much for joining. Let's see, what do we need for those? We don't have DNA. This one does the boots. The boots. Sorry. Items. Trace. Footprint. Search. Let's see if we can find something here. It's very mean because you could say that this is the same shoe, only this one has been more. Ugh. Excellent, Pixie. Have life sorted by the sounds of it. No, it was just early and I wanted to do something productive. Okay. There's nothing that really is a direct match, so let's try the footprint from the tent. It's also not the same, so we have a boot from somebody else. Let's see if we can find something for this. Oh, 4 pairs. No. Almost. This one looks very well.
Woman's hiking boot, size 5. So a woman was out here with him at some point.
Okie dokie. Do you think there's something we still need to do right here? We've used the trace. We've used the items except for the larvae because we need Grissom, I think, for that. Are you still streaming this afternoon? No, I'm not streaming this afternoon. Annie is streaming at 1 this afternoon, so it's your 12 o'clock, Rob. I'm streaming this morning, and I'm streaming tomorrow from 6 to 8. I try to finish this game then with case number 5. Let's go to the morgue. So I'm streaming this morning, I'm streaming tomorrow evening, and this afternoon it's Annie that's streaming Dragon Age Inquisition. I hope that answers your question. I think we need a body here. Yes, can you recover the body? Woohoo!
Sure, I'll send a team right out.
Hey Ar, wat is er meisje? Laat maar lekker liggen. We have a body, guys and girl. Can you determine the time of death?
I can give you a decent seat in the ballpark, thanks to those blowfly larvae. Rigidity and lividity indicate the body's not been moved post-mortem. TOD estimate, 5 days.
Can you determine the cause of death?
Still working on that. I found water in the lungs, so first glance suggests possible asphyxia from drowning. Don't quote me. Other parts of this autopsy don't add up. Another element that may or may not be important, tox indicates levels of jimsonweed tea. We checked his lower intestinal tract for seeds and came up with a garden of toxicity, levels of which you can verify in the lab.
Okay, we got something from him. Was the forehead hit lethal?
Not a factor. No broken skin, no brain hemorrhaging, or skull fractures. One thing though, the bruise discoloration was still forming, so the blunt force trauma occurred several hours before the time of death.
Let's see, Evil Rob. It must have been Annie's tweet. Sorry, brain isn't working yet. You need that coffee, Rob. Get some coffee in it. No, not cider. Coffee. Cider is for over an hour. for when, or when Annie is streaming. Millie Tigger says, Evil Rob, my brain never works at least till I get coffee. I don't like coffee, so I don't know the attraction to it, but I hope you all enjoy your coffee this morning. Do you have the victim's prints?
Here's your reference prints and DNA.
Thank you very much, kind sir. Why would a rat crawl out of his mouth?
Why? You think that's a first? I had a case where an autopsy revealed baby rats gestating in the stomach. Luckily, that's not the case here. Maybe Mommy didn't find a suitable nesting spot inside her Vic.
Yeah. The idea of nothing for me. Was our victim a diabetic?
Yes, he was. This would explain why he had an insulin bottle with him at the crime scene. But diabetes had nothing to do with his death.
Okie dokie. So we got some new items from the good old doc. So let's head back to the lab. Woohoo! And the seeds go through this, I think.
These results from the jimsonweed seeds show a non-lethal amount. Based on these levels, he probably ingested this hours before he died.
I like cider, but not that much, although I had my first one yesterday at 10 AM. Yes, that's what I said. First coffee, then cider. Millie says cider later then with a big heart. Mine neither, truth be told, Millie Tigger. Well, thank the Lord there's coffee for you guys then. Woohoo! Okay, what did we have? The victim DNA and the victim prints. Do we have something to run it against? Oh, we might. Do we already know who the victim is? Or maybe the victim has a record? Good call. Okay, let's see if we can... Oh, I can do a search. It doesn't do anything. Okay. And I have the victim's DNA. Let's check that. can't do a search either. Okay. At least we had everything where we had to be. Just go grab that coffee. Be right back. See you very soon again with Coffee Rob. We did all we could, I think, with these items. So I guess we talked to Brass. Because we've been to the morgue, we've been to the crime scene. We talked to Brass, I think. If anybody has any ideas or questions, please use the chat and let me know. I'm here for you guys. And if I get in trouble, you're here for me, I hope. Let's see, can you trace the info on this bottle back to its owner?
Trace the name on the prescription to a condo at 337 Fawn Road, Las Vegas. According to records, he lives there with his wife, one Carla Mitchell. Here's a surprise. Our victim has a local celebrity for a mother, real estate developer Emily Hansen.
To be honest, never heard of her. Oh, isn't she? I have heard of her, sorry. Isn't she running for the state senate?
One and the same. Lives out of Charleston Hills, a gated community. She doesn't have my vote, but you don't need to bring that up.
Okie dokie. So we got a few new locations. No more questions?
Once you've got enough evidence,
No more questions.
I'll hit up a judge.
We got a few new locations. Go to Derek and Carla's condo, go to Emily's estate. Let's just start with the first one. Derek and Carla's condo. Okay. Game saved. Ooh, the color looks weird in this house. Must be that strange light. Okie dokie, let's talk to this gal here.
Las Vegas Crime Lab, Mrs. Mitchell. We're sorry to have to bother you at a time like this, but I'm sure you understand it's necessary.
Of course, of course. But you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little out of focus. I haven't even begun to come to grips with Derek's death. Seems so unreal. And just when things were going so well. He was due home today from his camping trip, and I was planning his favorite meal for him. Do you know what happened?
We're trying our best to figure it out, Mrs. Mitchell.
Okay, we have some questions for her. Did your husband normally camp on his own?
Actually, yes. He liked to go backpacking once or twice a month. He'd take a bus, hike as far as he could go, and get out under God's great sky, as he said. Not that he was religious, but the desert held a certain spirituality for him. I never went with him. I may live in a desert town, but I'm a city girl, and I don't like getting my hands dirty.
When was the last time you saw your husband?
Last time I saw him? Oh, God, that's such an awful sound. Must have been... Yes, it was over breakfast, right before he left. I was going to work. He told me he'd be gone, out camping for a while, starting that very afternoon. That was typical of Derek. Mr. Spontaneity.
When exactly did he leave?
6 days ago? Yes, 6 days. He needed to stop at his mom's house on the way out to the desert to pick up his gear. We didn't have room to store it here. His mom was willing, which is a little surprising since Derek and his mother aren't exactly close.
I'm back. Welcome back, Rob. I now have coffee. Evil Rob is now happy Rob. That's very good to know. It's always nice to have happy people in chat. Where? Oh, don't forget the words. Where were you 5 days ago?
I guess you know I'm an attorney. I think maybe you've testified in 1 or 2 cases of mine against my client. But that's the way the game is played, right? Anyway, I've been consumed with my next big trial looming. Now, I know in a case like this, you always look at the spouse first. But let me save you a step. No way could I have driven out to the desert, even if I had known where in God's name he'd set up camp. I just haven't had the time.
Let's see. I always try to save this kind of question, have a look around for last. So let's see. What size hiking boots do you wear?
I don't normally wear hiking boots at all, but when I do, it would be size 5. Why?
We found a boot print at the crime scene. Do you have any hiking boots we can use to rule you out?
No, I told you I'm not a boot person. Are you saying that another woman may have been out camping with him?
No, we are simply checking all possibilities.
Do you wear red lipstick?
I'm wearing it right now, but my lips have natural color, so sometimes I wear a clear shade, and never red.
Okay. Did your husband ever use Jimson weed?
Yeah, it's one of those habits I can't break him of. Usually takes a little for use in the wilderness.
Okay. Now we have arrived at the last question. Mind if we have a look around?
I hate to stand on legal formalities, but as much as I want you to find out what happened to Derek, I need to limit the chaos in my life. I'll have to insist on a warrant to show cause before I let you toss my house. I'm sorry.
We
Okay.
understand.
We do? Oh. We do. Oh, we have one more question. Did Derek have any enemies?
Derek was pretty easygoing, and I can't think of... No, wait, there is one person, though enemy is a little strong. You see, our contractor quit recently after he and Derek got into it. Name's Lou Astor, and he is one sleazy character. Frankly, much as I'd like to get our kitchen remodeling done, I'm glad that creep is out from underfoot.
Where can we find this contractor?
At Ravenson Construction. I even remember the address from paying his padded bills. 5311 Seffield Road.
Okay, we got a new location for a new suspect. But first, let's go to, what was her name? Emily. We're going to Emily's estate now. And then we can go to that sleazy restoration dude. Keep hydrated. Woohoo. Yes, that's what you can call an estate. Wow, I think the garage is bigger than my apartment. Let's see, let's see if there's some questions we can ask her. Oh, we're starting with an easy one. Are you Emily Hansen?
You know I am. And you obviously know what a bad time this is for me. I've lost my son. And I've already spent several hours with you LVPD people this morning. If you'll excuse me.
We're with the crime lab, Mrs. Hansen, investigating your son's death. As much as we hate intruding into your time of grief, we need to ask a few questions.
Notice anything unusual about your son when he left?
My son was willfully unusual. You'll need to be specific.
Unusual as in a bruise on his forehead?
I noticed nothing of that nature. No injuries, no contusions. Although if Derek ended up that way, I can't say I'm surprised. Considering the poor judgment he showed, backpacking into that wasteland of lowlifes and druggies. Perhaps Derek felt at home among that trash. Drugs and parties were how he spent his college days. Never grew up, I'm afraid. You think I'm cruel? Cold? Assume what you like, but I'm a mother who lost her child long, long ago.
When was the last time you saw Derek?
A week ago. No, 6 days. Right before this last ill-advised desert excursion. I saw him when he picked up his camping gear.
Good morning, Hanpai. Thank you for joining. I've started with the case number 4 of CSI 3 Dimensions of Murder about half an hour ago. We found a body in the desert. We've just visited his wife, and now we're visiting with his mother to ask questions about the dude. Let's see. Where were you after Derek left?
Here at home working. I have an office here.
Okay. Was anyone else around that day?
Lou Astor was. He's a contractor who's done a lot of work for me over the years. Recently, I recommended him to Derek and his wife. But when Mr. Astor stopped by that day, he mentioned that he'd been fired by them. The contractor was gone by the time Derek stopped here. You don't think Astor could be responsible? I know he's a bit of a roughneck and has a certain reputation, but he's always done reliable work for me. I'd hate to think.
Okay. How was Derek's marriage?
A disaster area. My darling daughter-in-law, Carla, is a 14-carat tramp. Derek only married her because I disapproved. Sheer rebellion. Simply sheer rebellion. It's the safest bed in Las Vegas that little slut is sleeping around on my son.
Mm-hmm. Those are harsh words. Hello. I can't answer for the other guys and girls, but I am doing okay. I had an early morning, wasn't planned, but I still got it. I took a nice bike ride of about half an hour. I took a very nice shower, which was very much needed afterwards, and now I'm trying to solve a murder. Woohoo! How are you doing, I and Pai? And can we get your fingerprints, ma'am?
Just to eliminate you.
I'm sure you expect me to cooperate fully in your efforts to find out what happened to my son. And I do commend your public service. But as you may know, I'm a candidate for public office myself, and I intend not to be embarrassed. You will follow the rules. It will take a warrant to get my fingerprints or to search my house. And now, if there's nothing else, please leave me to my thoughts and my sorrow.
Mind if we have one of your cigarette butts?
That I will gladly bestow you. Take it and go.
Okie dokie. Just what we always wanted, a cigarette butt. Woohoo! Let's see what chat's been happening. Sounds good, Pixie. Thank you very much, Rob. Millie is doing well. She hopes everybody else as well. I just woke up and he's happy it's much cooler today. And wait, you want my fingerprints? Nope, Henpai, I don't need yours. It's a lot cooler here as well. I've opened up all windows I could open up, so it's cooling off a little bit in the apartment, which is very nice. Evil Rob is doing well, Millie. He's got his coffee, so all is good. Haha. Let's see. Everybody mentioned this Lou, so let's go to the shop of Lou. See what he has to say for himself. These videos could have been so much nicer. Okie dokie. Game saved. Let's go ask Lou some questions. We're starting with the easy one. Are you Lou Astor?
According to my driver's license. What's up? What's the crime lab need with a poor working stiff like yours truly?
A stiff of another kind turned up in the desert. Derek Hardy. You knew him?
Yeah, I know him. New? Dude is dead? Why would you notify me about it? He was just another client of mine. Former client. Former, even before he was dead.
I don't deal well with the heat, so I'm glad it's cooling down and I might be able to get some sleep. I like warm days. With my chronic illness, warmer days are better for my muscles and stuff. I have less aches. But I'm more of a 24 degrees kind of girl. 31 degrees is a little bit hot. And I'm thinking it's also the reason why I didn't get more sleep. Because my bedroom was hot. Millie Tigger, Evil Rob, me too, don't function without coffee. Evil Rob says, me too, Henpai, it's the first thing I've done this morning is watch Pixie's stream of a game about murder investigation. Yes, I'm very happy that you came, Rob. It's good to have you around. It's good to have you all around. I'm very happy people are up this early to watch me play. Fair enough, Millie Tigger, says Evil Rob. Okay. Let's get back to this game, otherwise it will be a very long case. When was the last time you saw Derek?
Hell, I don't know. A week, maybe? A little more, a little less? Out at that condo of his and his wife's, when the jerk fired me. May he rest in peace.
Where did you... sorry? Where were you 5 days ago?
God, where was I 5 minutes ago? Hell, let me think here. Must have been working at Emily's, yeah. She's all right. Ball breaker, but fair. That was days I worked. Nights, I was hanging at the ballpark. Yeah, minor league park, watching my nephew play. In the company of friends and family, I should add. A lot of friends and family.
Can we get your fingerprints to rule you out?
I don't think so. I got rights here, and I'm not crazy about the direction this is going.
Mind if we look around? Or do you intend to be strictly uncooperative? That's a direction we aren't crazy about.
Look, I don't want to stand in the way of nothing. Have at it. But the shop floor only, huh? Stay the hell out of my office. That's private. I don't let nobody in there.
Okay. Did you have a disagreement to settle with Derek?
Man, you make it sound serious. It was just this minor beef with him. Matter of fact, it was his wife who told me to stop working on their kitchen and get my stuff out. You know, typical contractor clients. Always thinking you're overcharging and taking too long. Otherwise, that wife is all right. Easy on the eyes, too. And always ready with a lemonade or something for a hard-working man. Now, Mom, old Emily, good as she's been to me, I gotta say, she and her son, no love lost there. I mean, those two are at each other's throats. And Mommy? Whoa, that old girl is dangerous. Much as I hate to lose a good client, you ought to give her a kind of hard look. You know what I mean? One thing, I overheard her talking to baby boy on the phone. Seems Derek had come into some serious trust fund money after his father passed. And at some point, Sonny Boy promised Mommy Dearest he'd kick in on her campaign. Only he reneged.
Ooh, that's something Mother didn't tell us. Let's see, chat is still going good. Where shall we start? The truck is open. There's something we can do with this. I have no idea. I don't see anything.
Looks like a junk box, but maybe there'll be some evidence treasure in the trash.
I have no idea what it is, but we can have some interaction with it, so let's do it. We found a jar, okay. I was hoping the jar would have fingerprints, but doesn't really look like it. It has some residue in there.
Pity this jar isn't labeled, but it must not have come out of that kind of lab.
Okay, we found something on the jar. Anything else? Lights up when the mouse hits it. Yes, I have settings on easy, so my mouse will help me a little bit whenever I find something. Oh, it went green here. Oh, there's something on the floor. And it's got green. Oh, green again. I think they like to play some poker in here. Oh, I see a fingerprint. Normally I'm taking the wrong thing. Oh, this time I took the right thing for the fingerprint. Woohoo! Anyone ever played Myst? I have heard of it, but I can't recall if I ever played it, to be honest. But I have heard of the game. I hunt by. Nothing else on the table here. No green thingy. We're not allowed to go in there.
Way to be thorough. Looks like the area's clean.
questions about that book?
That's all I got for you.
Well, we found some items, so I'm guessing let's go to the lab and work on those items we found and got. Just this made me think of it. Yeah, it's an older game, right? Around the same time as this game, maybe a little bit older, if I reckon. I'm very curious right now. Sorry, Greg, you have to wait for a few seconds. Cindy is googling mist. I'm finding in lots of things, but oh, I thought, why am I getting these weird things? I didn't type that, but my autocorrect changed mist to must. Let's see. Oh, there are several mists. The first mist is from 1993, Wikipedia tells me. I recognize the logo. I think I might have played it maybe. I used to go to the library. I'm sorry, used to go to the library and rent games there to play. We got 5 possibles. Nope. Nope. Also not. No. No, looks like we have no match for from the codes. Let's see fingerprints, victims prints. Let's just try this because it's are the only prints we've got. Hey, look at that. I was waiting for Greg to say something nice about this, but nope. We have the residue from the jar. Let's see what it is. So the game is...
Well, unidentified or not, this is the same substance as the one found in the tobacco. If Astor had access to this substance and found it in the Vic's tobacco, it's possible that the contractor did the mixing, even if the Vic himself did the rolling. We gotta find out what this stuff is.
So Hempire, the first ever Myst game, is 27 years old at this point. And they've made several Mysts. I think what I can find on Wikipedia here, they have 5 parts of Myst. And yes, I really recognize it. I think I've played it from the library. But I was very young back then. Oh yeah, the cigarette butt. I think that's DNA.
You can run that on the chemical analyzer.
Oh, for the lipstick. I thought we were getting DNA from it.
Mom's lipstick is similar to what we found in the desert, but the cigarette brands don't match.
Okie dokie. Can we do anything else with these?
We've done all we can with that item. We've done all we can with that item.
Okay.
We've done all we can with that item.
Okay. Then we've used all we got. The morgue probably won't tell us anything new. So, brass? You think? Maybe? Millie remembers the PlayStation 1. Yeah, I remember playing it as a kid. Well, that and the point and click games. Ooh, we have several questions for Brass. Does the alibi for Derek's wife check out?
Oh yeah, her boss places her at work, doing overtime, for the whole week.
Wow, she must need the money. Do you have any more info on Emily?
You read the papers? Front page in the Las Vegas Post. Financial problems in Hanson's campaign. Staffers are abandoning ship. Seems paychecks have grown scarce lately. And an op-ed piece suggests Emily's son's lifestyle has hurt her in the polls. Motive? Maybe.
What can you tell us about Esther, our contractor?
He's been investigated more times than certain members of Congress. Fraud, extortion, even illegal gambling. And in Vegas, that's a good trick. No convictions, though. Still makes you wonder why a respectable woman like Emily Hanson would want this scumbag working for
her. Millie says, I had by yes, me too, I was very young. 1993, I turned 13 because now I'm 40. Let's go to Carla and ask some questions. Henpai says, military same. I'm now really wanting to play point and click games. Used to love Monkey Island and Broken Sword series. I can't say I remember those. Was your marriage having problems?
Let me guess. You've been to see my husband's mother, Emily. Isn't she a peach? She hates me and always has. Jealous that Derek chose me over her, angry that my religion is different than hers, and always blaming me for her son's out-of-control behavior.
We're trying to interpret evidence, Mrs. Mitchell, not make wild assumptions about people's character.
You'll have to forgive me, but if you had a mother-in-law like Emily... Anyway, I'd be lying if I didn't say Derek and I have had patches of rough road together. But lately Derek had really turned himself around, was totally committed to joining me in a normal life. We had our wild years, okay? Now we've changed directions. We're the straightest couple you're likely to find in this town. Along those lines, we took out an insurance policy, $500,000 each. Derek's trust fund has gotten whittled away, and if we were going to start a family, we wanted that security, for the kids we hope to have. If you want to consider that suspicious, well, fine. But I want to be straight with you. Derek would want me to be straight with you.
Okay. Is there any truth to the newspaper article about Emily?
Thank God someone in the Vegas media is finally telling the truth about that witch. She nagged and nagged about him contributing to her campaign coffers.
Okay. I guess those were all the questions.
I've told you all I can.
Millie loves Monkey Island. And Henpai attempted to buy the PS3 edition and stream it. Ooh, I've never heard of the game, so it would be fun to watch. I wish I could stream PlayStation 3 games, but I don't have a capture card. Let's go to Emily then and ask about that money stuff. She's still standing outside. Such a big house. Look here, 3 bits garage. The garage is bigger than my apartment, guys. I'm telling you, really. Okay, let's go back to her. Did you see the newspaper article about your campaign?
I gave it a cursory look. My attorney will give it a harder one. That paper supports my opponent, and they deal in half-truths and outright lies. Regardless, anyone who's ever been a parent understands the limitations and the disappointments even the best mothers and fathers face.
Is it true your son reneged on a large campaign contribution?
That's a ridiculously overblown way to put it. I wasn't angry at all about that. Derek said his funds were low and I believed him. And anyway, he contributed in the past, generously, which I appreciated. Whatever private problems we had, my son supported my efforts as a public person. Besides which, my campaign has ample funding. If you're looking for dirt, my laundry is not the place to look for it. I'd suggest you take a long, lingering look at my son's promiscuous widow. I don't deal with rumor or speculation either. In fact, I had one of my security people keep Carla under surveillance. All my suspicions, it seems, were well-founded. That round-heeled slattern is a disgrace to our good name.
Oh, we got a memory stick with surveillance photos given by Emily, sponsored by SanDisk. Okay. I guess those were all the questions.
I don't have anything else for you.
Okay. Oh, cool. You know who made the Tales of Monkey Island? I think that's the same as... Is it the same as Monkey Island, the Tales of Monkey Island, or is this just a spin-off from it? Oh, they have many more. They have The Secret of Monkey Island, The Curse of Monkey Island, Escape from Monkey... They have lots of Monkey Islands. Yeah, I'm googling it, I was curious. But the first one that's highlighted is the Tales of Monkey Island, and it's made by Telltale Games. It's the same company that worked on the game I'm playing right now. I'll keep it open so I can check it out. We asked the questions. Oh, we have to go. Of course, we have to go to the lab for that memory stick. Let's see. It's going to happen then maybe when I have completed the witness. The Witness is such a difficult game. At least I thought so. That's a puzzle game, right? With all the dots and colors and stuff, if I remember correctly. I've been watching so many streams lately from all the people that followed me. I'm trying to follow them as well and watch it a bit. So I hope I'm not mixing them up. And Millie says, I need to follow you on here. I will find you. Woo. You know, if you're in chat, you can click the username and you get some of the one you're chatting with. You get some options and you can press follow immediately from there, Millie. If that helps you. Trace analysis computer, I think, for the memory stick.
So how exactly is Carla getting her marriage back on track? And who's this other guy? So Carla takes out an insurance policy to protect the kids she and Derek didn't have. With her husband worth more dead than alive, and a new boyfriend on the horizon, well, look up motive in Webster's and it'll refer you to this.
Okay. I am by... Oh yeah, Telltale made the game. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, yay. I'm keeping it open in my browser so I can check it later on. Amazing. Thanks, Millie Tigger from Henpai. Oh, thank you. Didn't know that. Could click and get options. That's why I'm telling you, Millie. I've just found out a few days ago, so I thought I'd share the knowledge. Okay, that's not a good thing for Carla. I'm thinking let's go to Carla and let's ask about that photograph. Who is she hugging over there? Okay. When looking at this condo, the first thing I wondered is where is their TV? Don't they watch TV? But maybe it's in the closet, in the cupboard. Let's see, who's the man in these pictures?
Just a friend of mine. Co-worker at the legal office. Where the hell did you get that?
Well, your mother-in-law thinks this friend is a lover.
Does she? So even the police are falling prey to her manipulative BS. She's a political animal. And when the heat's on her, she shifts it onto me, huh? Look, this guy's really just a friend. And I don't see why he should suffer because Emily Hansen wants to build up her reputation by tearing down others. How can you be so cold? I just lost the man I love, and if a friend wants to lend a sympathetic shoulder, that's hardly against the law. Sorry. I know you're just doing your job, and you have to look at everything and everybody, and I really do want to help. Look, you wanted boots, remember? I found some that my husband bought me ages ago. I intended to give them away. I know I never wore them. Maybe they'll help prove my innocence?
Okay, sorry, I was just checking for that monkey game. Come on. Turn, turn. Nothing to do with this? Nope, okay. Oh, let's go to the lab then. Maybe we can do something with the shoes in the lab. Evil Rob, just to confirm to myself, it was Annie's tweet about streaming this afternoon. Rob has finally woken up. Told you so, Rob. Okay. Let's drag these boots over here. We can't do a search. We do have some prints from footprint and tent, victim's footprint. Those weren't the same, so let's try the footprint from tent. Uh-oh. This is not looking good, guys. At least not for the lady. Okay. What do we do now? What do we do? I think... Okay. I think we have to go to the shop because we found the victim's print on that poker chip. And I'm very curious about how they got to be such good pals. Oh, wait for a drink. Is there any truth to the article about Emily Hansen?
I don't know what her son was really up to, but to hear her tell it, Sonny Boy was partying hardy, all night, every night. Why that idiot didn't get on his mother's good side, I'll never get. I mean, with the power she'd be coming into, if she won that election, he could have been on Cush Street.
How did the victim's prints get in your
You
shop?
say you found his prints on a poker chip. I got no idea. Far as I remember, the guy was never here. Maybe those chips were in a box of stuff from his condo that I took after I got fired. Just some stuff of his that got accidentally mixed in with mine.
Accidentally. Uh-huh. Sure. Who's going to believe that? Okay, what to do? For the people who never saw a stream of this game before, because I have my settings on easy, you see these labels on top. Those labels are also with the evidence, and here you can see it has a red dot. When it has a red dot, it means you've processed it and you've done all you can with it. Of course, you can later on still use it for comparisons, but it helps you to remember what you've done and what you still need to research. Here, as you can see, I've used all the items in the lab. They all got the red dot. Because I have no idea what to do now, I'm just going back to the crime scene. Let's see if we can find, if there's something else to find, because we don't have a red dot there yet. And that normally means we missed something, or it hasn't been made available for us yet. Now the body is gone, so... Oh! Pay up or else.
Let's find something to compare it to.
Who has to pay up? Is there anything else in the sleeping bag? What? Oh, this is yes.
Our Vic rolled his own. Burn mark underneath suggests it was smoked at the crime scene, dropped, and burned right into the fabric.
Okay, cigarette butt that was smoked at the desert campsite. Okay. Wait, there was something on it. I clicked it away too fast.
Salt-like substance.
Salt.
How to get on here?
That's weird. Salt in the desert. Okay. Is there anything else we might have missed? Maybe at the tent?
Way to be thorough. Looks like the area's clean.
Nope. Okay, nothing here. Let's go to the lab, back to the lab, and let's check that substance we found on the cigarette. We need the chemical analysis. Let's drag it here and search.
Well, our mystery substance is not in the database, but it appears to have been mixed in with the tobacco. So either someone else did it, or the Vic did it himself. Could be an amp joint, as they say on the street. Tobacco mixed with a narcotic. Bazooka, on the other hand, is street for cocaine paste residue, sprinkled on a cigarette like powdered sugar on a donut.
Things we learn while playing a game, right? Okay. I'm guessing since we found that substance and there's talk of drug use, do you think we need to go to the morgue and ask about the tox screens? Let's just try it. I remember the first case I've played, I really struggled, but I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit now. Okay, see, could this white substance have killed the Derek? That's a little bit weird. Could the white substance have killed Derek, not the Derek, guys?
Until we know what it is, I won't be able to say. We can't test for something without knowing what it is.
Could the victim have died from drug overdose?
Strong possibility. Cocaine and crack cocaine overdoses cause seizures, high blood pressure, or increased heart rate. If you don't die immediately from those, within 3 days you're at risk for a heart attack or stroke.
Okay. So I'm guessing I have to go back because I need to do something with the white powder. I thought I already searched the white powder. But he says we don't know what it is. Oh yes, unknown substance. That makes it more difficult. Should we ask his should we ask the wife if he did drugs? Maybe? Oh, did Derek roll his own cigarettes? Not just
Yes, an old habit from, frankly, his head days. He always preferred hand-rolled cigarettes. He was a tobacco connoisseur.
Okay.
I told you all I can.
Nothing more. Let's go to the next one. That's what I did previous case and it worked out. Just going from door to door. Okay. Did you write this pay up note?
In the first place, my son and I had no financial difficulties. Our conflicts were philosophical. In the second place, that doesn't even sound like me. I would hardly threaten my own son. And even if I had, would I do so in such a cryptic fashion?
Can you prove Lou was here before Derek?
I'm not sure this proves it, but I have this dated receipt from an estimate. Don't mind my doodles in the margins.
Okay. Okay, so we have something to compare?
I don't have
No more
anything else
questions?
for you.
No more questions. You still don't have any questions or suggestions either, okay. Then let's go to the lab and check out these notes. Should it be on here, you think?
That'll go on the trace analysis computer.
Trace analysis computer.
Looks like our contractor remodeled the truth into lies. He wrote this note.
Okay. That's something else. It matches up. It just said something about Brass having a warrant. Let's check the evidence, Trinity. Lou Esther. Nothing really, but it says warrant available via Brass, so that was the notification we just had. Emily Hansen and Carla Mitchell. So it's still a little bit hill. Nothing too much found. I think we still need to find some stuff. But it said Brass had a warrant, so we're going to Brass, guys and girls. Can I get a warrant for Lou Astor's shop?
Chemical in the tobacco matches that stuff Astor had in his shop. Let's see what else he's constructing in there. This warrant is good for anything chemically related, as well as any signs of Derek.
Okay, let's head to the shop then. Shop. We have a warrant to search for...
Hell, this is a place of business. Are you gonna cost me money? What the hell kind of grounds do you have anyway to come intruding like this?
Read the warrants and see. You may want to skim down to where it says lethal substance.
Okay. I'm guessing we're going in there this time. Another Nokia, yes, Nokia sponsored this game, you know. All the phones we found so far all had the Nokia logo. So I'm thinking Nokia is one of the sponsors. Every time we see a car, it's GMC. Just so you know. Okay. Oh. Something's broken.
You'll want a different tool for that.
Oh, wait.
Here today.
Stupid. A hair strand from the handle of a broken rake found at Lou's shop. Ooh, I feel another puzzle coming up. Are you guys still with me, or is chat broken? It's so quiet over there. I hope you're just all watching and doing your thing. But sometimes, if my page doesn't reload, I might miss the chat, and I wouldn't want to miss the chat. I want to keep up with you guys. Oh, it's another green thingy. Compounds. Can't read it. Ooh, that's not good. Fatal poison. Hello.
Sodium
still here, just
monofluoroacetate,
scrolling
also
to
known as compound 1080. Wouldn't want to pop my popcorn in here.
Thank you very much for testing my chat with guys and girls. I was just afraid that it might have stopped again. I wish well, keep talking, son. The app would keep working, but as it doesn't always work. Nothing on here, nothing on here what I can find. Okay, let's see if there's anything more to find. Nothing in there. We already found that, so we don't have to find it again. How can that phone still be lying there? I just picked it up. Why is it still green? Is there something more that I'm missing? Should I take the rake as well? Oh. Location searched. So that means I found all I could find. Sorry, trying not to be shy. No worries, no worries. You're with good people here. At least I think they're all good people. So far they've all been very nice, very supportive. So yay! I'm very happy to have you all chat in my chat. It makes playing the game more fun together with you guys and girls. Okay, we found DNA with the hair. I think this time it's DNA. Oh. Do we have something else with DNA that we can... I think that's DNA. This doesn't look good for Lou, because it's...
Derek's hair on the broken rake handle. I don't think it got there while Derek was raking leaves. Not in Vegas, anyway.
Okay. That's not good for the dude. Let's go for that pesticide thing we found. Maybe that's the white stuff on the cigarette?
Odorless, tasteless, poisonous. Lethal dose is only 1/100th of an ounce. Possible murder weapon, but let's not get cocky till Doc Robbins has his say.
Okay, so that's the hint we have to see Doc later.
We've done all we can with that item.
Okay.
Let's run this evidence by Captain Brass.
Okay.
We've done all we can with that item.
Okie dokie. Then there's one thing we still need to do. That's the puzzle. Let's see if we can make this whole again. Really have to aim pretty decently to get them to fit. Fortunately, the game is helping a little bit.
Well, it's just an ordinary everyday scorecard. It's illegal gambling, high stakes poker, the kind of pot that makes a CSI's yearly salary look like nickel dime.
If it makes his salary look like nickel dime, I don't want to know what it does to my income. Oh, okay. He said we have to check with Doc Robbins. Let's see if Doc is already, or if we have to check with him later. Oh, we can check. Could the rake have caused the forehead bruise?
Yes. Shape of the wound, nature of the blunt instrument, Vic's hair. This rake handle is consistent with a head wound.
Okay. Did he have compound 1080 in his blood?
Now I know what we're dealing with. I can safely say cause of death is poisoning by sodium monofluoroacetate, compound 1080, a rare and interesting poison. The toxic effects of SFMA usually happen within minutes of ingestion and result from a conversion of non-toxic fluoroacetate ions to toxic fluorocitric acid, which then blocks the Krebs cycle, affecting the central nervous system and heart.
If you say so, Doc.
Typically, death results from ventricular tachycardia or heart fibrillation. Layman's terms, ventricles of the heart start beating so rapidly as to prevent the pumping of blood. In some cases, death could be from respiratory failure caused by pulmonary edema. This essentially fills the lungs with water.
Okay.
Grissom wants you in the lab now that COD's been determined.
So, cause of death was determined to be pesticide. The Vic smoked it on his walkabout and dropped dead. But it's playing havoc with our Trinity. We don't have anyone to physically match to the crime scene.
You said it yourself. He died in the desert, potentially alone. But he was killed by poison. So what should you be looking for now?
A second crime scene, where the poison was originally mixed into the tobacco. And that's where we will find evidence linking the suspect to that crime scene.
Nicely reasoned, Greg. Now follow through.
Alright. I wanted to talk with Brass about this. Let's see if he has something for us. Oh. How's the APB for that missing GMC going?
This just came in. We found the car in Utah. The woman driving it gave us her testimony. Bottom line, she hung out with him 3 days ago, then split home. Says it was her camera that took the photo you found. For your info, her car has a GPS and a mobile phone. She wears size 5 boots that match our print. She smokes, and her lipstick is of the reddish variety that matches our sample. And her voice matches the 911 tape. Since she didn't have any poison on her, I think we can cross her and her evidence off our list.
Okay. That's a lot of information. What can you tell us about the phone?
It's the VIX. Service provider was very helpful. 3 stored messages on the voicemail. Got them all on tape.
Okie dokie, we got ourselves a tape. Okay, do we want a warrant yet? No, I first want to listen to the tape. Before we ask for a wrong person's warrant. Let's listen to that tape. Items. No. Oh.
Derek, where the hell are you? You know we have company tonight. If you're out gambling again, I swear to God, call me and get your irresponsible ass home.
Carla's tone is a tad different than the sweet, patient wife she's been laying on us.
Okay.
Well, Derek, I certainly raised a class act for a son. Hanging up on his own mother. Lovely. You know what the problem is? I spoiled you when tough love was called for. And if you don't honor your financial commitment to my campaign, my darling boy, I will show you just how tough a mother's love can be. Do I make myself clear?
And here I was wondering why Emily didn't make Mother of the Year.
Okay. We have a third recording. Oh, I have to press play, of course.
Hey, handsome. Thanks for the nice long talk last night. Anytime you're in the mood for stimulating conversation, I guess you know the number. And if a private show is on your mind, you know where to find your shining star.
Doesn't quite sound like the little woman, huh? Bone sex, lap dances. Derek was not as domesticated as his wife thought.
Okay. I think based on these phone calls, we have some stuff to talk to about with the wife and the mother, probably. The wife first. Sorry, had to scratch an itch. We heard an angry voice message you left.
You got stood up when company came, and thought your husband might have been out gambling. Thought you and Derek had worked all that out.
Listen, Derek was human. He fell off his various wagons from time to time, and I had to be the bad guy sometimes. If that's suspicious, go out and arrest every couple that argues, why don't you? Anyway, I'd cooked a gourmet dinner for his friends, and he stood us all up.
Okay, we learned how your husband died.
Oh dear. Well, that's good, isn't it? I mean, it's progress at least. Please tell me he didn't suffer.
He did suffer, but it wasn't prolonged. There was a highly toxic pesticide in his tobacco. He smoked it and died of the poison.
Poison? My God, that's terrible. My baby, my poor, poor baby. Derek had his faults. God knows. I know, but how did this happen?
Did Derek ever mention suicide?
Derek? Suicide? No, never a word. Frankly, he was too selfish for that. Oh, is that terrible for me to say, to admit? But he was self-centered, like all substance abusers and sick gamblers. And he was struggling with kicking his various habits, but still, I wouldn't call him depressed or anything.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Okay, tell us about the morning he left.
Oh my, do I have to? Really, this is personal, and it's all I have left of him. Those last memories. Well, we woke up and made love, and just rolled over into each other's arms, and... Anyway, then he got up and made breakfast. While we ate breakfast, he sprung it on me. He was taking one of his trips out into the desert. He didn't think I'd mind, since I was going to be working all week on my upcoming trial. Around then, Lou Astor, that jerk contractor, dropped by to pick up his materials, and Derek got into it with him. He was still in the kitchen, cleaning up after breakfast, when I left for work, and that was the last time I saw him. An image I'll treasure, because for all his faults and selfishness, there was that thoughtful side.
Okay. Where to go? We finished the contractor shop, so we don't have to go there anymore. Let's just see if Emily has something to say. Where were you the day Derek left?
Here at the house all day. Mr. Astor, my contractor, stopped by briefly, then left. I saw my son that afternoon. We spoke briefly in the garage as he was picking up his camping gear, which had been in storage there for months. I never touched any of it, by the way. Then he was on his way. Really quite unremarkable, except for the fact that I would never see him alive again.
Okay. Oh, I just see there's a warrant available via press. There are some more items coming together for Lou. How's Emily doing? One green item. They all have the green item thingy. Okay, but there's a warrant via press, so I'm guessing our next step is press. So, guys, girls, who do you think did it? Who do you think killed this dude? Was it Carla? Was it Emily? Was it Lou? Was it a suicide? Who did this? Okay, I'm gonna talk to press while you think about it and throw me an answer. Please. Can I get a warrant for Lou Astor for questioning?
Is Lou Astor a contractor or an exterminator? Guy's got enough pesticide to wipe out a city block, and his tools have traces of our Vic on them. Let's bring Mr. Astor in and see what he can build for us this time.
Okay. Did Derek owe you a lot of money?
A lot of people owe me money. It's the nature of the construction business.
Okay, we know about your high-stakes poker game.
Yeah, so what? I run a friendly game between friends, you know?
Right, friendly.
Yeah, and Hardy owed me money from a recent game. Chump change for him, but he was stiffing me, and I was feeling like the chump. Guy just would not pay up. Acted like I was the lowly grunt who works with his hands, and he's some special rich kid.
So you write him a friendly note, you tell him to pay up or else, then you wait for him to come around the shop and crack him over the head with a rake.
That wasn't the way it was. He freaks out about my note, and he comes over here and goes off on me. So sure, I defended myself. I mean, the bastard said he was gonna kill me. Would you just stand there and let him rough you up? I don't think so.
Okay, so you guys don't have a clue who did it, probably? Or you're all busy with something else and you're lurking? No worries, no worries. I was just curious who you think had done it before we go and arrest somebody. Let's see. So you beat him with a rake.
Interesting take. Here's another. Derek was in the red with you in a big way, you and your poker friends. So you whack him a good one, sending him to his knees, breaking that rake in half. And while Derek's having a little nap on the floor, you take the opportunity to lift his tobacco from his pocket and sprinkle pesticide in his cigarettes.
Oh, I wish these videos would work better. I'm getting a headache of these flashes.
Poison him? What are you, high? Listen, that ain't my style. If I got a problem with somebody, I'm not gonna... Jeez, are you kidding? I mean, is that how he died?
I Henpai, right, I'm back, sorry about that. No worries, Henpai, it's been a little bit quiet at on the chat. I've been mainly playing my game. I just asked if anybody had an idea who the killer was. I think you missed that bit, so I'm going to check the Trinity. In the Trinity you can see the evidence and suspects. And you see the items that connect them to each other, so I'm gonna show them all again to you guys so you can check who you think might have done it, because I'm thinking we're getting closer to finding it out. Okay, the pesticide, the residue from the jar, an angry note, the rake handle with the hair, the white substance on the cigarette, the hand-rolled cigarette butt, and a photo of the body position are the items that they are used here for Lou. Emily has a little less. She has the same 3 victim to crime scene things, of course. And she has a testimony of the victim at the house and her cigarette butt, which isn't the same brand. Carla just has her shoes to connect, the shoe size and the shoes connecting her to the crime scene. And these items are still the same. Okay, I just asked Lou questions. I don't think... Oh, we should have more questions for Lou. We found pesticide in your shop.
And we found it in Derek's tobacco, too.
Hey, in my business, pesticide is part of the program. Let me tell you, I am beyond careful with that stuff. It's as deadly as a heart attack, and I keep it under lock and key in the office. I even wear gloves when I handle it.
Careful precautions, like leaving an open jar in your shop.
Please. I must have misplaced the lid when I used it up. Frickin' jar was empty anyway. No harm done. Listen, I didn't care much for the dude, but I didn't kill him.
I Henpai, so surely it's Lou. No, that's what, to be honest, that's what I'm thinking as well. I don't think the wife had any reason to. She says their marriage was getting better, they were working on stuff. The mother wouldn't do something like that, I guess, risking her career and such. I think he did. I'm starting to stutter here. I think Lou did it, but we're not done yet. Where else did you use the pesticide?
I don't know, you have to check my records to know for sure. I mean, I've used it a lot. A few months back, Emily Hansen said, what was it she said? Oh yeah, she said, I have some pests that need taking care of. I brought it over there, but I think I spooked her some when I told her the care she needed to take around that deadly crap.
Okay. Did you use it in Derek and Carla's condo?
Well, I was going to, but Carla has all these cats, you know, and she was worried about them getting into it. So I hauled it out of there.
Okay. more questions for Lou?
That's all I got for you.
We still haven't finished these 3, it says. I don't think the crime scene has anything to offer now. Let's see what we can do with this new information of Lou. Maybe we can ask some questions? Yes, we can. Did Lou bring pesticide in your condo?
I'm not really sure. He said he was planning to use this virulent pesticide, and I said, like hell you are. I didn't want my cats using up their 9 lives.
Did you happen to see where he kept it?
No, as I say, I can't be sure if it even was here. Are we talking an aerosol spray can like bug killer? It might have been in the kitchen, under the sink, or under the counter. Frankly, he cluttered our kitchen up something fierce. I was happy when he finally came and hauled that junk out. What a mess.
Did your husband know about the pesticide?
Maybe. I really have no idea.
Okay. Let's go to the next one then. See if she has anything.
I don't have anything else for you.
Nope, okay. She doesn't have anything else. We still haven't finished though. When in doubt, start at step 1. Oh, that's new.
Way to be thorough. Looks like the area's clean.
That's not clean, that's trash. We have to... Okay. Oh, wait.
Wide tires. Looks like a 4x4. Tread isn't fresh. Not the best for matching.
Okay. Why didn't we find this earlier? Location search. Hey, we're done with the crime scene. Okay. We now have a tire track, so let's go to the lab. Another location is done, guys and girls. I'm going to try to find that tire track and see what kind of car it matches to. Probably a GMC, but you never know. Search. We got 5 things found. 1, not even close. Nope. Ding ding ding, we have a winner, guys. Who is it? Tell me more, tell me more. Okay. Nothing more? No information? Why do I feel like it has to normally tell you something about what you just discovered? Okay, let's go back to chatting then. This one. News just in. Annie is not napping today. Repeat, Annie is not napping today. And now it's captured in stream. So everyone will know Annie is not napping. Do you own a truck, dear?
A truck? No, not anymore. I had a Chevy Blazer for some time, but sold it recently. Just 3 weeks ago.
I am shocked. Millie, I think you've seen Annie in my Dragon Age stream. She's the one called A Critter and Proud. In Twitch. Maybe that says something to you? She was the one helping me with my yeah, with the oh my god. Toxin, talk. She's the one who's helping me with Dragon Age. She played it a few times, and she tried to figure out yesterday with me why we couldn't do what we tried to do because I did it wrong. A Critter and Proud, that's Annie. She's also on Twitter. Unified Dreams, I believe.
No, I'm not the truck type. If it helps, I do know that Derek's mother owns one. An old Chevy, I think.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Brass can help us out, because those girls are not helping. And let's see, can you track down Emily's truck?
Already have, at the new owner's home. Hey, they can't all be hard. Even got a tread print for you.
Nice.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Should we talk to the suspect again? No, first check the tire, of course. Stupid. First check the tire, Cindy. Don't rush into things. Okay, yes, I recognize the name, but don't think I know her here on Twitter. I've tagged her in a few of my streaming posts on Twitter. I'll check. I think she's called Unified Dreams. Yes, Unified Dreams on Twitter. I tagged her a few times in thank you posts and going live posts, so maybe you've seen Unified Dreams somewhere. That's her. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Tread types are definitely similar, but the tread marks taken from the desert weren't fresh, so the wear marks can't be matched exactly.
Oh. Okay, warrant updated. What kind of warrant do we have, guys? Let's check. Oh, we have a warrant for Emily. Okay. Let's go to Brass then. Get that warrant for Emily. Can I get a warrant? Emily Hanson's house?
Mother had pesticide in her garage, and she was there when Derek stopped by. We also have evidence linking her to the desert crime scene. I think we can get a judge to let us search that garage for anything that kills chemically.
And he is renowned for taking afternoon naps, so for her to say she's skipping napping today is a shock. Yep. Okay, let's go to Emily. Sorry, Rob, you made me laugh. The tire threads from the desert are a close match to your truck.
Maybe so, but I haven't seen that vehicle in weeks. Do you really think I drove out into the middle of the desert to find and kill my own son? What kind of monster do you take me for?
So good. Thank you. We've got a search warrant for your garage. Oh, I have to click it right, Sunny.
Well, if that isn't wonderful news.
Wonderful, huh? Thought so too.
Pesticide Safety, a consumer's handbook. Not your standard book of the month club material. Oh, somebody thoughtfully dog-eared a page for us. And here's our old friend, Compound 1080.
Oh, let's spray more. We've got ourselves a fingerprint. Woohoo!
This must be where Derek stowed his camping gear. Way to be thorough. Looks like the area's clean.
Okay. Oh. Ooh. There's something here. What did we find?
I think we all have a hunch what this stuff is. Well, let's be sure.
Looks like there's a fingerprint on it.
You'll want a different tool for that.
Well, it doesn't look like wood. Okay. We got ourselves some fingerprints. Nothing here. I think we found what we can. Let's check those fingerprints in the lab, guys. Okay, thank you. Fingerprints. Fingerprint from the book. Which one should we compare it to? Victim's prints first? Nope. Let's try again. We can use the search button this time, so let's try that one. No. Also a negative. Hey guys, we found a match.
Emily must have known all about the pesticide as a poison, but knowing doesn't necessarily mean doing.
Okay, and we found another fingerprint. Hey Ari, we gaan dadelijk wandelen, meis. No. I do feel we're getting closer to... Ooh, we found a match. So open this
His tracks. We know Lou brought some of the rodenticide over to Emily's house.
Okay.
We've done all we can with that item.
I needed this one. I got the wrong one. Duh.
Derek's mom definitely had access to the pesticide in her garage, and she could easily have doctored his tobacco when he stopped by.
Okay, Trinity updated, warrant from Brass. So I guess we're going to Brass then. We're getting closer, guys and girls. We're getting closer. Can I get a warrant for Emily for questioning?
Mama has a book on pesticides, as well as the killer powder in her house when her son stopped by. Let's hear her story.
Okie dokie. Let's talk to her. We heard the voice message you left for Derek.
So I left a harsh message for my wayward son. And that leads you to think I committed filicide?
You're a confident woman, Mrs. Hanson. Maybe you thought you'd never be found out. And the papers are already saying you're winning the sympathy of the voters.
Kill my own child to improve my position in the polls. Does that strike you as an effective way to attract votes?
Why was Derek's contribution so important?
He had pledged financial support, and when he changed his mind, I had to let key staffers go and expose my financial weakness to the media. But since then, we've regained our footing, and we'll do fine without his help.
How much was his contribution exactly?
$100,000. If that sounds like a murder motive to you, tell me how I gained from my son's death. My sweet daughter-in-law, however, stands to pick up a cool $500,000. I saw a copy of the policy. We share an insurance agent.
Why do you have a book on pesticide?
Why wouldn't I if I planned to have that vile substance around? My garage was rat-infested and I meant to do something about it. Is killing rats a crime in Las Vegas?
No, unless the rat was a big one, named Derek, who had come around to pick up his camping gear. You knew he was coming over. So you manipulated your contractor friend Astor to bring you some pesticide. While Derek is distracted, you poison his tobacco. A dose perfect for seeing to it his desert camping expedition is his last.
I still don't think Mom did it.
Is that how you solve crimes, Captain Brass? Spin conjecture all day? I never touched that pesticide, nor even opened the book. I didn't have time. And I did not poison my son's tobacco, though I told that boy time and again that smoking would kill him someday. Now, if you're quite finished with wasting my time, perhaps I can provide a fact, not conjecture. There's something I found that I must have thrown away after Derek cleared out his camping gear. Look, I found a receipt that must have dropped out of Derek's jacket pocket.
You should have handed that over earlier, Mrs. Hanson. It may be evidence.
Well, I thought it was just trash at the time, but upon reflection, I began to think otherwise. It's a receipt for tobacco, the day before the crime. I called the tobacco shop, and you'll want to do the same.
We will, but why do you say that, Mrs. Hanson?
Well, as I say, the receipt had been in Derek's pocket, apparently. But the tobacco was purchased by Carla, the clerk said. And here's an interesting tidbit about my loving daughter-in-law. Smoking is not one of her numerous bad habits.
Okay. We're going to need your fingerprints.
Gladly. It will be just another memory to store away until I'm elected and can begin going after all your jobs.
No, thank you very much. It said something about a warrant. And this is the thing it's really bugging me a bit about this game. He's standing right here. But if I want to talk to him, we have to go to his office first. It's not like you can nudge him, hey dude, do something for me. Can you follow up on this receipt?
Yeah, I had a long talk with the clerk who knew Carla all the way from Catholic school. He also told me that Carla bought the tobacco the day before her husband left for the camp out.
Okay. Can I get a warrant for Carla this time? For her condo?
We know there was pesticide at the condo. We know Carla bought tobacco, and we know she's being friendly with others. Did Carla spike her husband's tobacco in his own house? You now have a search warrant for evidence to answer that question.
Okay. So we're going to Carla's condo. Pop.
I told you all I can.
Why is there underwear on the table? Yes, I would leave that on my table as well.
And Derek's been gone for a week. How often do they do the laundry around here?
Why do you put it on the table? I would not leave that on the table.
You're close. Try something similar. You'll want a different tool for that.
Let's try the last one then, shall we? Why? Sometimes you have
Unusual
to
spot
aim
for a fingerprint.
differently. We got a fingerprint, guys. Let's see if we can find some more in this house. I don't know what it is, but we're grabbing it.
Looks like this lid fits the jar in the contractor's shop. Careful, something's on the inside.
The inside, okay. Location searched. Why are we turning so slowly? Isn't that where everyone stores it? I have no idea how you do it, but it's not where I store it. Nope. Nope. I don't even have it. Okay, we found another fingerprint. Can we find anything more? Nothing green.
Way to be thorough. Looks like the area's clean.
Okay. Oh, it says I'm done with the condo. Okay. We found some fingerprints and stuff, so I'm guessing we're going to the lab. We found some prints. We have Emily's fingerprints now. Fingerprint found in the condo. We found another match, guys. Yes, yes. Okay. Of course, we found another fingerprint. This one was from the lid we found. So I'm guessing we have to check that one with fingerprints from Joe. Do we have those? Let's try the victim first. No. I don't think we have something to compare it to. Can we search it? We can search it. No. 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 I know, I guess that one remains a mystery. Okay, we have DNA from her lovely table. Search. We get 3 items to compare it to. Well, the first one seems to be a match.
Derek wasn't responsible for this deposit of bodily fluid, so that sympathetic shoulder Carla was seeking was more than shoulder.
Ooh. Okay. Let's ask Carla about that then, right? Can I talk to a suspect again? The mother or the contractor? Okay, is Carla still at home then?
I told you all I can.
It says we're not done yet with this location, so maybe we missed something. Oh, there's something here. Yes, I missed something. Probably why we can't go on.
Memos to her campaign manager. I hate paperwork. Looks like they talk about her son, though.
Okay. Now we go to press to talk to Carla about that then. I think Carla or the mother.
She's on her way to interrogation now.
About those papers. Dumpty 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 dum.
I don't have anything else for you.
Okay. And I'm guessing I'm missing something still. All locations are done. So there's probably something I still need to do in the lab. Oh! I had to turn it the other way around. Ah.
Smells like tobacco.
Okay. It smells like, but of course we need to be sure.
They say tobacco kills. Sure does. Especially with the pesticide blend. So, poison was mixed inside the lid at the condo. Derek and Carla were having their last breakfast together, and Lou, the friendly contractor, stopped by. Man, any one of them could have done it.
Oh, guys, this is giving me a headache. I have a decent video card, stupid game, use it. Close. Do we have something now, or do we need to find more? Let's check that Trinity thingy. Ah, we have a warrant for Carla, it says. Okay. So we're heading to Brass for Carla's warrant. I feel like we're getting closer to the end. But it's still very open about who might have
Vic's
done
wife bought tobacco. You found pesticide mixed in tobacco in her kitchen, which is a perfect recipe for bringing her in.
Where did you buy the tobacco?
Well, it was a gift, of course. Smoking was the one vice Derek had that I hadn't tried to break him of, and making a gift of tobacco had a special meaning for us.
Special meaning. And you especially made sure you had to take it with him out in the desert.
I really have no idea what you're getting at. My husband liked to roll his own cigarettes. I gave him some tobacco as a gift.
I'm starting to think, Empire, we were wrong. I think she wanted that $500,000 to start over with her new boyfriend. We found tobacco mixed with pesticide at your home.
Same unique blend that killed your husband.
Well, that is odd, I admit. And as I say, he rolled his own cigarettes. Wouldn't he have noticed if someone mixed something toxic in?
This was odorless, tasteless, and worth a shot, with $500,000 payday waiting for the loving wife.
Spare me your
That's what I said.
sarcasm, Captain. I already told you, that money means nothing to me. I earn my own considerable income as an attorney. Wasn't I the one who told you about the policy and warned you it would look suspicious?
Arrest them all. I don't think the game works like that. Did you open loose jar of pesticide?
I didn't touch any jar, and I have no idea how pesticide might have gotten in my husband's tobacco. Why don't you ask that jackass Astor? It was his pesticide, wasn't it? Hell, it was his jar!
Tell us again what happened the morning Derek left.
Just like I said before, he got up and made us breakfast. You don't think he could have poisoned himself, do you? Well, he seemed happy. Then we were eating, and the contractor stopped by to get his junk out of our kitchen. We just left him alone. Neither of us wanted to talk to him. Wait, the contractor was in our kitchen. He could have poisoned him right behind our backs. God, I can't believe it.
Yeah. We're going to need your fingerprints.
Do what you have to. Anything to help eliminate me so you can go after the real killer.
She's guilty, she's getting right. Yes. That's what I said, I think she...
You can't play the loyal wife who had just turned her wayward husband around when this tragedy happened. Not when the semen stains we found don't belong to your late husband.
I was going to end it. The affair, I mean. It started before Derek turned his life around, during a time when I felt very, very alone. And even when Derek and I started crawling back up out of the hole our marriage had become, my friend, as you put it, was there for me, supporting me. I'm not the only woman with 2 men in her life that she cares about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do we have any more questions?
I've told you all I can.
Okie dokie, let's go to the lab then for those fingerprints. Haha. Oh, thanks for following me on Twitter, Henpai. Rob is very happy with your follow. Carla's fingerprints. And fingerprints from the jar. Ta-da! Guys, we have a winner! We have a winner! It finally happened. Can I get a warrant for Carlos Mitchell's arrest?
Prints on the jar lid tell the whole story.
Dum 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 dum.
You're wrong. I loved my husband. You're wasting time going down the wrong road. My theory is that ball-breaking mother of his is in on it with Astor.
Well, it wasn't Mom's prints on the jar lid. It was yours. And she didn't buy the tobacco. You did. Just like she didn't mix the poison.
You didn't find out at the last second about your husband's camping trip. You knew in advance, which is why you bought the tobacco the day before, giving you plenty of time to mix it with pesticide, and send him off to the desert to die.
But you dropped the lid and couldn't get to it. So, to throw off suspicion, you called contractor Lou Astor and had him collect his materials and haul them away before your husband left.
We got her!
You want a confession? You're not going to get one. I'm an attorney and I know my rights. And incidentally, I'm innocent. I didn't need the money, and I loved him despite his faults.
Maybe at one time, and whether you needed his money or not, what wife could sit there while her husband gambled away a trust fund? Here he is married to a beautiful woman like you, and he throws his money away on strippers.
But Mrs. Mitchell, Carla, why not just divorce the guy?
I'm not saying another word.
Didn't you know, Greg? Carla's a Catholic, and divorce is a sin. Anyway, a divorce settlement wouldn't have meant squat with that trust fund whittled away. But $500,000 in life insurance could make up for a lot of indignities.
I'll see you in court. You'll love it. I'll defend myself.
Perfect. And like the old saying goes, you'll have a fool for a client.
We solved it! Woo-hoo!
The tragedy of marriage, a wag once said, is that all women marry thinking their man will change, and all men marry believing their wives will never change. And both are wrong. For Carla Mitchell, marriage was built on trust. A trust fund, that is. When she saw it melt away, she sought a new policy. Life insurance. Her poison of choice was tasteless and odorless, but not invisible. To the eyes of science, at least. You did well. Let's evaluate your performance. You investigated every possible angle on this case. Doesn't happen often, but I'm very impressed.
Rough God, what did we get? Master. Guys, we did it. We got the master. Woohoo! We did good. We did so very good. Da 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 da. We solved this case. Bum 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 bum. Next case tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. CET. Yes, we're gonna do the big white lie tomorrow. Thank you, Evil Rob. We're going to do the next case tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. if all goes well. Oh, you missed it, Hampai. Yes, it was the ex-wife. Well, not the ex-wife, it was the wife. Who now isn't the wife anymore, but a widow. Yes, we solved this game, guys. Or at least we solved this 4th case. One more case to go and I've beat the game. Woohoo! Thank you very much for being there with me today. It was awesome to have you guys in chat. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, iHampai. It was good to see you. I hope to see you again tomorrow evening. If there is a time change due to my health, I will tweet about it as soon as my health will let me know. It was great having you guys here in the chat. We solved the case, we didn't flinch, we got the one we needed to get. Woo-hoo! So I'm hoping to see you all again tomorrow. CET time 6 to 8, so for you English guys and girls, it's 5 to 7. So grab a dinner plate, put me on the TV and watch me go. Just kidding, you're not obliged to come, but it would be nice to have you here. Thank you very much, have a lovely Saturday. It's a little bit cooler now, so we all should be able to enjoy it. Thank you and have a very good day. See you tomorrow, I hope. Bye bye for now.